Flavors Live continues now with another natural Italian dish, which is baked cod oreganata. Now, typically we see clams done this way, but why cod?
Because I like the texture of cod. I like the flakiness of the cod and the wonderful the butteriness that takes place with the cod when it melts out with the breadcrumbs. Actually take a little bit of herbs and a little bit of thyme.
Fresh thyme looks
Yeah,
good.
I call the olive oil the drink, okay? Because I really like olive oil a lot. And I'm just going to put some cloves of garlic.
Okay, and when we add the cod, we're going to put some breadcrumbs, but not your typical dredging. We're going to liberally coat it. Why is that?
Because what I'm looking to do is actually create a crust on the fish. I'm looking to provide just a nice ample coating that when it combines with the butter and the wine and the lemon and the garlic and the thyme, it's just going to produce a wonderful crust with a flaky, buttery texture underneath. It's just going to be absolutely to die for.
It really brings out the texture of the fish. And usually you would maybe sear a fish like this, but you're going to finish it off in the oven. You're going to bake it. Okay, a lot of breadcrumbs.
Yeah, you know what? Because the breadcrumbs are going to combine with the wine and the butter, and it's important to put a little bit of butter.
A little bit?
Yeah, that's a little bit. We're Italian, and you know we're cooking with the butter's going to kind of melt off, so it's really it's inconsequential. But what we're looking to do is create almost a sauce that's going to form from here, and then we're just going to take this and we're going to place it right in the oven. And the oven's set at about 500 degrees, Terry.
Oh, so it's really hot.
And it's really hot, and we're going to kind of take probably about 5-6 minutes. In the meantime, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to move this out of the way really quick, and I'm going to take my tomatoes.
Beautiful heirlooms.
Yeah, these are gorgeous. You know, I mean, they really are. Everything that I've gotten to work with, provided by U.S. Foods, has been absolutely wonderful.
And another imported product, and it's a hybrid tomato, right?
I wouldn't use the term hybrid. It's actually
or a thoroughbred, so to speak.
A thoroughbred. That's
an
an interesting term.
tomato.
A purebred. Yeah, a thoroughbred's an interesting term.
It's not a horse, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's a purebred tomato.
It is, and it comes from an heirloom seed or seedling, and there's different varieties. Some yellow, some red, some crimson. There are different shapes and sizes. No two tomatoes are ever going to be the same. And it's all about flavor here.
Is the flavor very different depending on the color variation?
Sure. The amount of sugar content that's in the tomatoes is going to vary. All of that's going to vary. And what we would do is, while the cod is baking, we would actually just take these tomatoes and we would put them on top of the oven. So the heat from the oven would actually serve to warm the tomatoes up.
On top of the oven?
Yeah, you just place the tomatoes right up on top of the oven. The heat that's coming out of the oven is just going to wilt the tomatoes and kind of make them nice and warm, because you don't want to serve ice cold tomatoes with a really hot piece of fish. You want to
accentuate the flavor.
Yeah, you want to just kind of make it really taste great. So I just want to.
Is it good?
It's great.
Unbelievable.
You taste that? Now that acid contrast that's in here, we're going to just use a touch of white balsamic vinegar and a touch of lemon. And what that's going to do...
Why white balsamic?
Because white balsamic is sweet, and it also is not going to change the color of the tomatoes, whereas dark balsamic would change the color.
Right.
So we're using white balsamic, and it's going to provide sweetness. It's also going to provide some acidity. Now, you tasted it 2 seconds ago. Now I want you to taste it again.
Perfect. Balance.
See how it comes alive? That's going to work great up against the cod.
All right, let's go check and see if it's ready. And the cod's coming out of the oven now. It only needs a few minutes because it is baking at such a high temperature. How does it look, Franklin?
It looks absolutely incredible. It's exactly what I'm looking for.
Tomatoes, how hot do they get? Just a little bit?
They just warm up. Yeah, they just warm up, and we want to show them off, but at the same time really highlight this fish.
Oh, you can see. Look at that. So moist.
Yeah, it's succulent at this point.
perfect Mediterranean preparation. Simple, clean, fragrant. Looks beautiful.
Thank you very much.